Welcome to another episode of the Daily Delilah. I hope you enjoy the Lord's daily treat. Since today is Delilah's birthday, I'm going to read the story of Samson and Delilah right out from the Bible. Hope you enjoy the Lord's daily treat. This is in Judges 13, 14, and 16. After the Israelites settled in their designated promised land, they soon became rebellious and disobedient to God and his laws. The Lord delivered them from the hand of their enemies for 40 years. The tribe of Dan soon occupied a group of invaders, the Philistines. The Danite man named Manoah and his wife, who was barren, were visited by an angel of the Lord. For lo, thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come on his head, for the child shall be a Nazarite unto God from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hands of the Philistine. She may not eat of anything that cometh of the vine, neither let her drink wine or strong drink, nor eat any unclean thing. All that I commanded her, let her observe. And the woman bore a son and called his name Samson. And the child grew, and the Lord blessed him. Judges 13:5. As a Nazarite, Samson took the same vows as his family in the Hebrew Bible. A Nazarite is one who voluntarily took a special vow to separate himself to God. Nazarite in Hebrew means consecrated or separated. If he cut his hair, it would strip him of his strength. He grew to become a very strong man with superhuman strength. One day he had a confrontation with the Philistines, and he killed 1,000 men with the jawbone of a donkey. He fled his father's home and went to a nearby town, finding himself with a Philistine prostitute. He soon acquired a weakness for women. Samson wanted to marry a young woman from a vineyard Timnah. As he was walking in the vineyard, he was surprised. A lion came roaring against him. Yahweh's spirit came mightily on him, and he tore him as he would have torn a young goat with his bare hands. But he didn't tell his father or his mother what he had done. He went down to talk with the woman, and she pleased Samson well. After a while he returned to take her, and he went over to see the carcass of the lion, and behold, there was a swarm of bees in the body of the lion and honey. He took it into his hands and went on eating as he went. Samson has now broken a Nazirite vow and separated himself from God. The Philistines recognized Samson's weakness of beautiful women. They offered Delilah money to seduce him and learn the secret of his strength. When Samson fell into the arms of Delilah, he wanted to believe that she loved him. Her repeated seduction and deception finally led Samson to divulge his secret. While Samson was sleeping, Delilah had a Philistine cut his hair, draining his strength. Rather than just killing him, they gouged out his eyes and put him into prison. One day, a ceremony was held in the temple, and Samson was chained between two pillars of the room full of crowded people, and they mocked him. Humiliated, he began to pray to God to restore his mighty strength one last time. God granted his request, and Samson began to push with all his might the two pillars with his chain that he was chained to. The temple began to crumble. The roof fell, killing everyone inside, including Samson. Samson called to Yahweh and said, Lord Yahweh, remember me, please, and strengthen me, please. Only this once, God, that I may be at once avenged for the Philistines of my two eyes. Samson took hold of the middle of the pillar on which the house rested, and leaned on them, and one of his right hand and the other on his left. Samson said, Let me die with the Philistines. He bowed himself with all his might, and the house fell on the Lord and all the people who were in it. So the dead that he killed at his death were more than those who he killed in his life. Judges 16:28-30. When we are blinded to the truth, it is never too late to humble yourself before God and receive his amazing grace. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the Lord's daily treat. Bye.